11 huge Neighbours spoilers for next week. Welcome back, Neighbours fans. You won't believe what's coming up next week on our favourite show. From May 20 to 24, the drama in Erinsborough reaches new heights. Leo and Krista's future is confirmed after a scary incident involving Abigail. Elsewhere, Haz's sister Amira arrives in town, bringing a whirlwind of change, and Victor finally reveals what he's been hiding. We've got 11 huge spoilers to share with you, so stick around and make sure you're subscribed to Episode Whisper for all the latest Neighbours updates. Let's dive right in. 1. Abigail is rushed to hospital. Leo's heart races as he realizes that Abigail has eaten some pills she found on the ground. Panic spreads as they rush her to the hospital, where Remy warns that if no one can identify the pills, Abigail's stomach will need to be pumped. Just when things seem bleak, Krista steps forward and explains that the pills are opioids, left behind by her former dealer Shannon, who tried to sell them to her earlier. The tension eases as the Erinsborough hospital team quickly administers a reversing agent. After a tense wait, there's a collective sigh of relief when Abigail begins to recover. It's a close call that highlights the dangerous ties to Krista's past, but for now, everyone is just grateful that Abigail is safe and on the mend. 2. Leo and Krista reunite. Leo takes steps to get rid of Shannon once and for all, revealing that he has given the police the drugs bag, which has her fingerprints on it. He vows to destroy Shannon's life if she comes anywhere near his loved ones again. The dramatic day leaves Krista feeling terrible as she takes responsibility for Abigail being in danger. Leo praises Krista for being there when Abigail needed her, and the former couple ultimately decide to give their relationship another go. 3. Susan and Teresa's problems continue. The pressure is on for Irene Rising when wealthy widow Shirley Birchmore and her friends ask for a tour. Desperate to get this influential group on board, Therese drops everything to impress them. Therese asks Susan to join her for the tour. Susan tries her best to sell the various benefits of Irene Rising to Shirley, but Therese gets frustrated over her approach to the situation, and the tension between the two colleagues grows. 4. Toadie moves too quickly with Therese. Toadie helps out Therese by offering Shirley and her friends free legal services at Rebecca Law if they sign up to Irene Rising quickly. The pitch pays off, and when Therese goes to hug her husband, he misreads the signals by moving in for a kiss. Therese pulls away, and later sets the record straight with Toadie, explaining that she's not ready for physical affection while they're still working on rebuilding their marriage. Toadie agrees that he needs to take things slowly and let Therese set the pace with their reunion. 5. Remy and Carl's colleague crosses the line. After Carl completes his final day working at the Erinsborough hospital, his friends and colleagues surprise him with a farewell party at the Waterhole. The celebration takes place ahead of Carl's fresh start working at Irene Rising. Carl gives a speech and pays tribute to Remy, who's being promoted to take his old position. However, he's soon left uncomfortable when Dr. Gavin Bowman speaks to him in private, expressing how much he'd like to get physical with Remy and her wife Cara. Carl reports Gavin's unprofessional comments to the hospital's HR department, but decides not to tell Remy what happened. 6. Amira arrives as Haz wakes up. Haz's sister Amira arrives at the Erinsborough hospital. When she realizes that Mackenzie is the ex-girlfriend who accidentally put Haz in a coma, she decides to restrict her access to Haz's room. Mackenzie stands up to Amira, but they're interrupted when Haz wakes from his coma. Haz asks to see Mackenzie and makes it clear that he still loves her, but Amira offers a different path when she invites Haz to move home to be with her and their parents again. 7. Haz gives Mackenzie an ultimatum. Haz is caught in a whirlwind of emotions as he wrestles with the decision to return home to his family. It's a huge weight off his shoulders knowing his parents have forgiven him for his past mistakes, but he's also deeply moved when he hears how Mackenzie and the Erinsborough community rallied to save Harold's while he was in a coma. The support from his friends and neighbours gives him a sense of belonging he hadn't felt in a long time. Yet, there's an unresolved tension with Mackenzie. Haz challenges her to be honest about whether she can forgive him for his past actions and stop comparing him to her late husband Hendrix. It's a crucial moment for both of them, as Haz needs to know if there's a future for them without the shadow of Hendrix lingering over their relationship. This confrontation is necessary for Haz to decide his next steps, whether it means rekindling his bond with Mackenzie or finding closure and moving forward. 8. Haz and Amira make big decisions. Amira begins to soften her attitude towards Mackenzie as she watches her interact with Haz. The bond between Mackenzie and Haz is undeniable, and seeing them together makes Amira question her previous harsh stance. She starts to understand that Mackenzie genuinely cares for Haz and has his best interests at heart, which shifts Amira's perspective and makes her more open-minded. At the same time, Mackenzie finds the courage to fight for Haz. She tells him she wants him to stay, showing that she's ready to leave the past behind and build a future with him. This declaration is a turning point for Mackenzie, as she's finally able to see Haz for who he is. Not just through the lens of her past with Hendrix, her words give Haz the clarity he needs, knowing that Mackenzie is committed to moving forward together. Respecting Haz's decision, Amira decides to stay in Erinsborough a while longer. She wants to be there for her brother and support his recovery. Even though she respects his choice to stay with Mackenzie, Amira feels that sticking around will allow her to keep an eye on his progress and be there if he needs her. This decision marks a new chapter for Amira as she starts to see the value in the relationships Haz has built in Erinsborough. 9. Carl makes progress with the Dr. Pooper mystery. Carl finally gets his first real glimpse of the public pooper, but he only manages to catch a quick look at the person's back. He notices it's a cyclist from the under-40s group that has been taunting him recently. This small clue is enough to ignite Carl's determination to clear his name and solve the mystery once and for all. Carl enlists Aaron's help to infiltrate the Yamil cyclists group to gather more information. Aaron agrees and tries to blend in with the group, hoping to pick up on any clues or suspicious behavior. Despite his best efforts, Aaron comes up empty-handed, leaving Carl frustrated and desperate for a breakthrough. The lack of progress pushes Carl to think outside the box. Unwilling to give up, Carl devises a more drastic plan to catch the culprit. He decides to set a trap that will force the public pooper to reveal themselves, determined to end the chaos and clear his name. Carl's new plan is risky, but he's ready to take the chance if it means putting an end to the ridicule and solving the mystery once and for all. 10. Victor's secret is revealed. Sadie is finding it harder and harder to cope with the pressure of keeping Victor's secret. The weight of what she knows is too much for her to bear alone, and it's starting to affect her well-being. Seeing Sadie struggle, Victor realizes it's unfair to place this burden on her. He decides it's time to come clean and tells his family the truth about what he's been hiding. The revelation hits Nicolette and Byron hard. They both find it difficult to process the bad news, and their initial reactions are very different. Byron, feeling betrayed and hurt, decides to keep his distance from Victor. He needs space to come to terms with everything, and doesn't want to face his father just yet. However, after some heartfelt advice from Aaron, Byron realizes that running away isn't the answer. Gathering his courage, he returns to the street and confronts Victor. Byron's anger and frustration boil over as he demands answers from his dad, making it clear how much Victor's actions have hurt the family. This confrontation marks the beginning of a difficult but necessary conversation that the family needs to have. 11. JJ proves to be a bad influence. Leo is feeling the strain of being short-staffed at the vineyard when Kara suggests that JJ could step in to help. Given JJ's recent troublemaking reputation, Leo is hesitant and unsure if it's a good idea. Toadie and Therese, however, see potential in JJ and try to convince Leo to give him a chance. They argue that troubled teens often just need the right opportunity to turn things around, and working at the vineyard could be exactly what JJ needs. Reluctantly, Leo decides to give JJ a shot, swayed by Toadie and Therese's optimism. But soon, Toadie finds himself in a tricky situation when he discovers Nell is avoiding her homework to spend more time with JJ. The very advice he gave Leo now comes back to haunt him, as he realizes he might need to set some boundaries for his own daughter to ensure she stays on track. And there you have it, Neighbours fans. Next week is packed with drama, tension, and surprising twists that you won't want to miss. From life-threatening scares to heartwarming reunions, Erinsborough is set to keep us all on the edge of our seats. If you enjoyed these spoilers and want to stay updated on all things Neighbours, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications so you never miss an update. We'd love to hear your thoughts and predictions, so drop a comment below and let us know which storyline you're most excited about. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and share it with your fellow Neighbours enthusiasts. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for more juicy spoilers and updates from Ramsay Street. Stay tuned and keep watching Episode Whisper for all your Neighbours news.